Hello and welcome to another episode of Between the Studs. I am your host, Daniel.
I'm Corey.
I'm Rich.
And we are doing a new type of video today. This is going to be an ongoing series that we are going to call our Builder Showcase. So we are starting with Corey for our first ever video of this.
Oh,
Your
boy.
handle is Gingerbrick546,
Yep.
Is that correct?
Gingerbrick546 or the Gingerbrick546, one of the two.
Go check him out now. This is also one of the few times I will say to tune out of this video and go watch another video and come back to this one. So we'll link it either up here or down in the description. Go watch Corey's room tour video that we did. That's an ongoing series we've been doing where we go to LEGO Builders collections or large mock layouts and things like that and doing basically collection or room tours with them. So go and check Corey's out, I would recommend, before watching this video, and then you can come back to this one.
And you know, as proud as I am of that video, it's so out of date already. Just in like 6 months.
A lot of building
tripled,
on that.
so.
We'll definitely come back and hit you probably several more times in the future on that. But yes, absolutely go check out that video as well. But we wanted to start doing this video series where we actually sit down with these builders and ask them a little bit more questions about their history in the hobby and things about how they do their mock building and things like that, so that we can get more of that information in more of a sit-down, informal setting as opposed to while we're kind of on the fly doing the videos out in the field to bring you that kind of information. So without further ado, let's get into asking Corey some of our interview questions here. Hopefully this isn't too much of a pop quiz, but we've just got a whole host of interesting questions that we'd like to know more about you. And if you think of any questions while you're watching this video, leave them down in the comments and we'll do our best to get Corey to answer them down there. Corey, so first off, let's talk about how you got into the hobby originally. Do you remember what your first Lego set was, or maybe what the first year was that you received a Lego set?
Whatever my older brother was getting. I had an older brother, and he was growing up in the 90s, so he had a lot of those really cool adventure sets, explorers, medieval sets, some really cool stuff. I just wanted to go destroy it all the time. I honestly don't remember the very first one.
You were the one who always wanted to destroy your siblings' Legos, huh?
Yeah. Now, the first one from memory I remember getting is the Santa Fe, which is ironically like one of my favorite sets.
That's a hell of a first set, I have to say.
I remember it was like $38 and $39, $40, and I remember reaching to go grab a passenger car for it. My mom going, no, just this one. It's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
We just need the one. I'm like... It's funny, we had a conversation recently at the convention. I brought my mom to a LEGO convention. She saw the price tags on that set. I was like, Mom, you remember when you told me you couldn't afford that? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, it has a couple zeros added to it now. You wish we got it back then? She's like, yeah.
No kidding. I mean, you would have opened it and played with it anyway. It's not like you would have kept it sealed.
I would have destroyed it.
Yeah, that happens a lot. I remember trying to convince my dad to get like an Emerald Knight back when that came out. I don't think he ever got one, oh well, that's the way it goes. So then how did you end up kind of getting into mock building after that? Do you remember like what was the first mock that you remember building? Or maybe sometimes a better question is, what's the first mock that you remember building that you were proud of? Because there are a lot of people who, some of their early mocks, I know some of my early mocks are terrible, and I've done my best to scrub the internet of them entirely.
Honestly, that's a tough question. Getting back into the LEGO scene, I was more focused on the model railroad aspect than I was on the LEGO aspect. So the first mock I built was like a hill with a train tunnel going through it.
Yeah.
180-degree turn, 2 tunnel entrances. And I just recently tore that apart for pieces to work on the Appalachian trainscape. It kind of hurt a little bit taking it apart, but also the scale was off on it. And
when was that?
Built it in 2021 because I just finished training at my first job.
So not too long ago. But yeah, it is hard sometimes to part with your first mock, but it's sometimes a necessary evil to get those parts back, especially if it was a much larger
I was so inefficient with the parts usage in it. As I tore it apart, I was like, what was I doing? There's so many bricks in here. And I was tearing them out. I built something triple the size out of it, so...
Well, even Rich, and we'll talk about this more when we do a video later in this series with you, but because your mock is more sort of an ongoing development, you probably haven't torn too much down, but I remember even one time we were over at your house looking at, you'd used like some olive green brick for filler, and even you were like, what was I thinking?
1x4s. I was getting desperate for bricks.
And I just olive green filler brick.
No, I took out as many as I could.
Yeah.
It's painful.
Gosh, another one. Stefan, who's the builder of New Hashima. Now, he used to work at a Lego store, so it's a little bit differently, but apparently a lot of the foundations of New Hashima are built on olive green 2x4 bricks, because he had some like massive quantity of them, but it's like...
Now they're worth so much.
You know, he could have traded those with anybody for just like, you know, chewed up, scratched up blue, white, red, and yellow 2x4s.
For
You
triple
know?
the quantity.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, we all do things when we start out early that we maybe regret. Well, okay, so you already mentioned kind of getting back into Lego. So tell us more about, did you have kind of a dark age through Lego? I think most of us probably did. But what was your kind of experience with that? You know, how much did you get out of it before getting back in, or for what kind of period of time?
I think the dark age started around 2010. The financial crisis hit us all very, very.
And you were how old?
I don't remember. I just remember kind of thinking Lego wasn't really that cool anymore, and prices were going up at the same time. I think the last set I got was the Alamut, City of Alamut. Is that it?
The big one with the gold domes. Yeah, yeah.
And I actually got 2 of them because I bought one. I saved up my wing lawns and I bought one, and I opened it up, and a third of it was missing. Somebody had taken the minifigs out, had taken the good parts out of it, and so I brought it back to Target, and I explained it to them, and I'm this little kid, so of course they believed me. I was like upset, like I bought this and it's missing, and they're like, go grab another one off the shelf. I'm like, okay, what do I do with this one? And they're like, just keep it, kid. So I had 2 cities of Alamut.
1.5, maybe?
Yeah, 1 and 2/3, yeah.
He was a shyster back then, too.
Yeah. No, so I had like the biggest. It was so cool.
Well, that's good. You hear about that happening a lot more nowadays, but I feel like we didn't used to hear about stuff like that happening. People, returning stuff incomplete to Target, or putting macaroni and beans and gravel in Lego boxes to return them,
I guess that was 2011 when Prince of Persia came out, so that was like my last
Sounds about right.
year playing with Lego. And then it was the Dark Ages up until I think I went over to Germany on a vacation, and I went to Miniature Wonderland, which we could talk about for hours, but it's the world's largest model railroad. We've got to take you over there still. It's
not Lego specifically, but if you're into Lego, you would be into this. Like, go check it out if you have somehow not heard of it.
You've seen it before on Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, and you just don't realize it. It's that
the model planes
taking off. It's $40 million of custom-built model railroad, 60,000 scale kilometers. So in their scale, a kilometer, they have 60,000 scale kilometers.
Have we all been there? I know we went together. You haven't been there yet?
No, it is amazing. They have working ships, cranes, like real water in the land. Anyways, I saw that and I went, I want to build that. But also I like Lego, so I kind of combine the two.
Yeah.
So,
like I said, any Lego fan, I mean, obviously we're all into fine motor skills and detailed scale modeling and things like that. So you would be interested in this as well, even if you're not a railroading fan in particular.
And there's an aviation component too.
Aviation, absolutely.
It has everything. Castles.
All right, so like as you started getting back into mock building, like getting a lot more parts and probably getting your first Lego room as an adult, how did you kind of settle on how you decided to organize your parts? Because I know this is sometimes a very contentious topic amongst Lego fans vying for their personal way of fighting about whether you should sort by color or part type or both. So what kind of storage solutions do you use? What kind of method do you sort by? Give us some insight.
I'll answer your question with a little bit of a question. Have you ever heard of the coastline paradox? It's basically saying when they go to measure the coastline of a lake or an island, you can measure infinitely. Like, it could be a mile, it could be 2 miles, it could be 3 miles. You could keep digging deeper and deeper and deeper and just find more coastline. Look it up. I can't explain it too well.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Lego sorting. When I started Lego sorting, I had my bricks. I had my Technic. I had my, I don't know what this is called, pile. And I had my accessories and minifigs.
Your random Belleville parts that you acquired from your, sister?
Yeah, my sister's,
from her childhood.
So then I sorted it down again. I had different types of bricks, different colors. Plates now. And I kind of realized I could just sit there and sort infinitely. So I cut mine off. I sort mine with what I use most. I have brick, and then I have the brick colors that I use, so like green and gray and tan. If it's not green, gray, or tan, it's just in a brick bucket. Same thing goes for plates. And then parts that I know I'm going to be using a lot in my layout, rock parts, windows, roof pieces, I have all that sorted down by type and by color.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like hinge bricks, I just got a whole bucket of hinge bricks.
Yeah.
Window, like weird windshields and car part, that's just all in a bucket.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a good method until I went and visited some friends' houses and saw how sorted they were. And
it's good to know how other people do it. And this is why I want to ask everyone this question as we do more of these videos, because it's always good to hear how other people do it. Because I think the reality at the end of the day is that your method of sorting and storage should be very much tailored to the types of mocks that you're building, because that's going to depend on the quantities of certain types of parts that you're keeping and just the way that you want to build and how you need to access those parts in a timely manner. So it's very much tailored to each individual, and that's why
I'm building at a big scale. And so if I sit and sort every piece out, I would spend more time sorting than I would building.
Right.
Other people, they build, well, at a big scale and at a detailed level. Your stuff is much more detailed, so you have to sort it out by piece. You have to know exactly where the piece is that you're looking for. Me, I could use 5 different pieces for what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And speaking of pieces, where do you get your pieces from?
Well, here at Atlanta Brick Co., I happen to live 5 minutes away.
Did you watch his room tour video?
No.
How many shameless plugs for our store?
Oh, man, so many.
I wasn't even forcing you to do it.
No, it's a good source of Lego. The bucket, I think it's $40 or $30 during happy hour.
Yeah.
And you get a shoebox full of just loose parts you can pick. That's probably the cheapest way to get it, other than the Pick-a-Brick at a Lego store, which I don't live near. Second is Facebook hauls. I'll go on Facebook and buy a big haul for $50-$60, and I'll sort through it. And anything I don't want, I'll bring it in here and trade it for store credits, and then buy more shoe boxes of Lego.
You can get the best deals that way for sure, but sometimes it requires the most work if you're going to wash all the stuff yourself and to sort through all that. I used to do it a lot while I was living at home during COVID and stuff. I was buying tons of Facebook Marketplace hauls.
Take the bubble gum off the pieces.
Yeah.
That gets
there was some rough
too.
stuff in there.
Corey, do you do any traveling for your parts?
Yeah.
So, I knew this was where that question was really leading, and you avoided it.
So Rich here introduced me to Gingerbrick, the factory store, the Lego factory store. It's the only Legoland
Fabric shop.
Fabric shop. Yeah. It's the only Legoland in the world where they have a Pick-a-Brick wall, but it's not by volume.
It's also a Pick-a-Brick room. It's not a wall.
Yeah.
It's a warehouse. Yeah. It's not by volume. It's by weight. So that can work for you or against you. So for this part, for example, it'd probably work against you. You're probably spending close to $1 on this part.
Anything larger and heavier
by weight.
Yeah.
But on foliage, they use a lighter plastic for Lego foliage.
Printed parts.
You can get them for 2-3 cents a piece. When online it's 25-30 cents a piece.
Yeah. Anything small. I mean, you can get little 1x1 plates and tiles and things, and you can just get. You can put thousands of them in a bag, and it's like still next to nothing.
I remember you two telling me, "Oh, there's 5,000 parts in that bag." I'm like, "No, there's like 500." And we started counting, and it was like 6,000 parts in a bag. How many times have we been over there?
We have been probably about 4 times, 5 times.
4 or 5 times now.
Yeah.
You've been
7.
7 times.
I think I've only been once.
And you went. Yeah, you've been once.
You've brought me stuff back before, which is very nice of y'all to do. But I think I've only been in person the once. But it was a blast. I'd definitely go back again.
It's like a kid in a candy store.
It really is. It really is. We can only hope that they would open more factory shops like this, but I think there may be some drawbacks to the business model on Lego's side of things, so I think they're not very incentivized to open any more. But, we'll continue to hope that they don't close that one. That would be devastating.
Yeah, I think they do good sales. I think it's
I'm sure they do. All right, speaking of which, what would be, do you have a favorite individual Lego part?
I do.
Or a favorite individual Lego color? Or you can answer both if you want.
Both. We'll start with part. It's this one, but not because I love it. It's because most other people hate it.
If you're listening to our podcast, this is the sort of 45-degree sort. I don't know, what do you call it? It's like an A-frame.
Yeah, it's an A-frame part. Yeah. 45-degree plate. I don't even know what sets it comes in, but it is all over this Pick-a-Brick table because nobody else wants it.
All right, so this is part number 15706. It's the wedge plate A shape with 2 rows of 4 studs. So it's like 2 1x4 plates offset by a 45-degree angle. So let's hear more about it.
It's almost completely useless. I'll start with that. You can't incorporate it into a standard Lego metric. How do you say it?
Right. The angle is 45 degrees, but if you make a full circle out of it, even the studs from one side across to the other will not be in system.
They don't want to play together well. Yeah. So I made it a goal to try and use these because I have hundreds of them.
Yeah.
So I built my giant black truss bridge using this part, and this,
which is very impressive.
Nice.
But thank you. It affected the design of the bridge. I wanted the design to be very technicky and rigid and strong. You can't build it if you're using this piece. So this is snotted on there, and the entire bridge structure is held together by these just being snotted onto the side holding it. The beams themselves aren't connected in any way, shape, or form. It's just this piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also think I made some train signals out of them as well.
Yeah, you did sort of like a signal bridge kind of going
signal
across the
box,
track.
and even that's hanging on there, kind of. It's like hanging from some beams. Yeah. I'm gonna build some more with it too, some wooden walkways and bridges. I just like using pieces that aren't normally used. It helps things.
Well, they're inexpensive as a result.
They're inexpensive.
It's a good challenge part. It's something you would maybe see in like an iron builder, challenge or something. But that's really interesting. How about your favorite color? Let's hear about that.
The color's dark bluish gray.
Dark bluish gray.
It's cheap. There's a lot of it. Every part comes in the color, and it kind of looks like mountains. rock slopes. So anytime I see a piece that's this color, I grab it because I can add it into the mountains.
Yeah.
So any piece in that color.
Uh-oh. He's going to start getting me some really crazy pieces in this color.
Here we go.
Oh, no. I've opened a can of worms.
But, I mean, it's a simplistic answer, but as a terrain builder, it makes perfect sense. I mean, you're doing lots of terrain and rock work.
Lots of terrain.
Dark bluish gray is a very nice, rich color. I'll definitely grant you that.
Good castle color, too.
Good castle color. Exactly. All right, so let's talk about some more mock building related questions. Do you have any mocks that you've ever built that you just didn't really like how they turned out? Maybe you abandoned it partway through. Maybe it was one that you did end up liking in the end, but you found it to be extremely challenging to kind of push through to reach your final goal.
I'm sure he's been challenged a lot.
Oh, yeah. Two come to mind, and one of them, I think you worded this question just to get at me.
I give you a few different options, a few different directions you can go.
I built this, mountainside cabin, and
yep.
I was sending him a few photos of, the different designs I'd gone through, and this is, the final design, and I sent it to him, and he said, it looks like the Hogwarts dining hall. And I'm like, what?
You had a lot of those skinny, lattice windows.
They were brown and
tan.
I'm like, what is he talking about? And I walked across the room and squinted my eyes and went, oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. It looks like a MIDI-scale Hogwarts dining hall. So I had to, tear it down and rebuild it from the ground up, different colors and windows. So that's one I kind of worked through. The other one, what was the second part of that?
I said either a build you didn't like how it turned out, a build you abandoned partway through, or just a build you found to be very challenging to push through to
the
have
challenging
how you wanted.
Was the dam I built.
Yeah,
that was
I remember you went through a
challenging.
lot of different revisions on that.
So if you go watch my video, everything you see was about a year's worth of work. And then up until the current status of the layout, that was about 6 months of work. 4 of those months were spent on the dam.
Yeah.
2 of it was everything else you see.
It wasn't covered in the video, was it? You built that afterwards? But
It's
you can see it on his Instagram page as well.
Oh man, that dam spent
We'll link that down below.
That's an award-winning
much
dam,
time.
too.
It's award-winning. Thank God it is. Otherwise, I'd be questioning why I built it. It's
a dam that's part of an award-winning landscape. It wasn't the dam specifically that won. It was the whole thing. But the dam was a very, very amazing, significant part of that.
What attracted me to it was nobody else has done a hydroelectric dam. If you Google Lego dam, a little mini model might come up. Nobody's
I'm
built.
sure there's some out there that maybe are not as publicized.
Yeah, I had trouble finding anything, so it was hard to get inspiration. I couldn't copy anybody else.
That's
just about
that's
to run
good
with that.
though.
Yeah.
I think that's a good
I
thing.
couldn't copy, and then just the sheer amount of pieces. At one point, I was literally using leverage. I had a piece of wood, and I had a hammer, and I was lifting because there's 50 pounds of Lego here, and I had to get down to the bottom of it, and I couldn't reach my hand in there, so I had to lift it, and I couldn't because there's so much clutch power. So I was using leverage and a hammer, and I was hitting the wood beam to lift a piece up, and I was like, what am I doing here? This is Lego, and I'm using leverage to try and get at it.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. It's always when you try and go back to fix something, in your foundations or something else that you've got your arm, shoulder. I'm sure you've done this as well, Rich. You're trying to fix something or something falls down where it's not supposed to.
Yeah, you need the tools.
I cut my hands open on it. You drop a piece down in it, it's gone.
When Lego fans, you've got some big long tweezer tong things.
If I had built it perfectly vertical, no, it's such a maze in there. Yeah. There's pieces in there I'll never see again.
If a Lego fan says they put blood, sweat, and tears into their mock, they might be more literal than you think they are. But sometimes, when I'm building, I will intentionally do things to avoid that. If I'm building a tall, hollow structure or something, every, 10, 20 layers, I'll plate it over so something can't fall down in there as I'm getting higher.
Those are lessons I haven't learned yet. When
I built the Dwarven Mountain, I built 16 by 16 plates all over the place just to avoid pieces falling down.
Yeah, just give yourself a floor so that's now the lowest point something can drop to in theory. But excellent answer to that one. So let's see, next, do you have any, you talked about kind of looking for inspiration from anybody else who had built any dams. Do you have any other builders in general that you find inspirational or that you try and either emulate their style or you just get really inspired from the types of stuff that they're building?
2 people in particular. One's in the room, and Tensbrick's here. His mountains, the Duplo, the structure of the mountains, that inspired a lot of the methods I use for mountain building.
Absolutely.
So my mountains are basically, I ripped them off at him. Mine just look a little bit better. So.
Okay, all right.
No, they're a different scale. His mountains are a grander scale, far away mountain peaks.
Forced perspective.
Mm-hmm. Forced perspective. Mine's no, it's minifix. It's
pretty
right there.
Same scale,
So a little bit of a different style. And then Brickman or Brickscraft. I'm sure a lot of you guys know who he is. We went over to his museum in Rosenheim, Germany. This is the third time we've talked about Germany. He happens to be German as well.
Germany is still like the #1 purchaser of Lego in the world
per capita.
Right? They beat out the United States by far.
Yep. Really, per capita, I know they have the most Lego.
Per capita, yes.
Yeah. No, his museum is fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Even though there wasn't much medieval stuff, even he could appreciate the.
I like landscape.
Yeah, it's
and they do it well.
Yeah, and it helps that they live 2 hours from the fabric shop.
Yes, it does. I think if you lived 2 hours from the fabric shop, it would be a whole different story.
We were talking about the olive green 2x4 piece, a rare piece to us. There's good pieces out there. He'll just go use it as filler because he has 10,000 of them because he lives by the fabric shop. It's insane. Well,
even like you mentioned, something even like 2x4 brick may not be that economical to get from the factory store. I mean, you've done the math on this a lot.
Yeah, about 1x4s is about the largest you want to go on a brick.
And it would depend on the color. It's just all about determining basically what that price per piece would be and comparing it to what you could just buy it off of Bricklink anyway.
Yeah. And then you have to take into account shipping and everything else. So.
Right, shipping. There are ways to get discounts from the factory shop and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you just got to make sure because you're still paying cash into it. If you could just buy it on Bricklink and it's cheaper, sometimes it makes
it's a different ballgame altogether. Like you said, if you can get the coupon, if you have a coupon available,
got to crunch the numbers.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of us are trying to be very economical. I think for him, it's more of like a business, and so he's not as concerned with it. So they'll just get a shovel and just scoop pieces, even though they could probably order it from somewhere for a few cents cheaper per part. No, that's time, and time is money. So they're just going to grab it all from that bucket.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've got a question for you.
Oh no!
What's your favorite printed tile piece?
Ooh, wow! The 1x3 dark tan wooden printed piece. It's like a wooden beam with nails in it.
Oh, I like all those wooden.
I've got a lot of those. I'm going to build some docks with that.
Yeah. You had a nice feature even on your metal truss bridge. You just did like a little strip down the middle of wood, and it added that little bit of extra color and contrast.
Yeah, I did that for contrast. So people are like, "Why is wood there?" I'm like, I don't know. It looks cool.
You could realistically, have wooden decking for when maintenance crews or something go out there to do whatever.
It absorbs the rain or something. It's
something like that. Something like that. So. Well, that being said, do you have any advice for any other mock builders, maybe aspiring builders or younger builders or folks who might take inspiration from your layout?
Just start. I had a lot of people come up to me in Virginia. How did you do this? Where did you start? And my answer was always just start. 2 years ago, I was going to the conventions going, wow, how do these people do this? Just start building.
What's the expression about eating an elephant or eating a horse or something?
Yeah.
Just one bit at a time.
Just start building and it will start. The snowball will start and it'll turn into an avalanche.
Well, that and practice makes perfect too. I mean, we've said this in videos about attending Lego conventions and things like that before. So many people are just paralyzed by anxiety or stress about I don't know if my stuff is good enough to display, and it's like, just get into it and start. The more you do it, the better you will get at it. And the more conventions you attend, the more you'll learn from your peers and get feedback and things on how to improve. And everybody started somewhere. Like I said, my first mocks that I had are dismal, and I hate looking at pictures of them, but you got to start somewhere. It's the only way you're going to get that.
And just bring something to a convention, even if it's not going to win anything. It's okay. Like, it's a talking point, and you can make friends that way. And it's a fun hobby. Yeah,
absolutely. Be part of the community and be engaged with it. Yeah, fantastic. Well, I think that's some excellent advice for aspiring mock builders and people who can take inspiration from you as well. So thank you for sharing that, and thank you for sharing your answers to all the rest of these questions, Corey. Like I said, be sure to check out his room tour video if you've not done so already. Check him out on Instagram as well. You said Gingerbrick546.
546, that's
where you're going to want to check that out. Keep an eye on this guy. He's going to be going to a lot more conventions, probably earning a lot more trophies too. To see.
I don't know.
Keep an eye on him though. He's worth a follow for sure. So thank you to Rich in Tens Bricks, and thank you to Corey for joining us today. Thank you to you all for joining us for this episode of Between the Studs. As I said earlier, leave down in the comment if you have a question for him. I'm sure he'll do his best
I'll answer,
to answer them after the fact if you have any questions for him. But thank you for joining us. Please leave a like on this video if you've not done so already, and consider subscribing to Atlanta Brick Co. TV. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.